West Ham 2, Liverpool 2. We are well and truly in end the season now territory in what was a draw I unfortunately saw coming, seemed very predictable, and therefore I predicted it in my pre-match predictions for this weekend. Hey guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to another video. It's the not so instant match reaction this time around for Liverpool's 2-2 draw with West Ham, in which, no really response from what was a dreadful week in terms of losing the Merseyside derby. No real urgency, no real high tempo. It's the same lackluster, lethargic, blown out Liverpool that we have seen for the past several weeks draw to what was always going to be a tricky game away at West Ham. I said it in the pre-match predictions that I did that this would end in a draw, and the reasons why I said this would end in a draw is because we look out of energy and out of ideas. And if there's ever a team you don't want to be going up against, it's a team that relies solidly on a disciplined defence, puts 10 men behind the ball and then counters. And that's exactly what West Ham did. I'm not knocking it in any shape or form. I'm just saying that is pretty much how they set up. They set up to annoy you and frustrate you, and then they have got pace on the counter-attack, which they will try to use to their advantage. And that's exactly what West Ham tried to do. And that's why West Ham, for a large part of the game, looked more dangerous than Liverpool in terms of Liverpool had the lion's share of possession, but they weren't doing anything with it. And every time West Ham looked like they were going forward, Liverpool's defence looked like it was scared, and obviously they looked like they were going to score the majority of opportunities that they had. It wasn't an exciting game by any stretch of the imagination. It wasn't a great game of football to watch by any stretch of the imagination. Both teams coming into this one and not exactly the best of form. It was a bit of a scrappy game entirely, or for the most part of it. Couple of quality moments here and there, but overall, it was just error after error that was the issue. We're going to be talking about the game, we're going to be talking about Liverpool's season, we're going to be talking about the bust-up between Mohamed Salah and Jurgen Klopp, of course, and everything else in between. But before we go any further, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you're new. Both things are always and forever greatly appreciated. And as well, get involved in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. That'll make for great interesting reading, I'm sure, down below. So please do get involved down there. Otherwise, let's get on with it. Let's talk about Liverpool, the draw today, and the rest of the season as it is. Look, if the season wasn't already over before today, it definitely is now. A 2-2 draw with West Ham. Unacceptable by any stretch of the imagination, but at the same time, it's something that I predicted given what we have been going through these past several weeks. Like I say, I put out a tweet around about half-time saying this Liverpool side have looked drained of energy. Some words to this effect. They look drained of energy, and with the performances and results that we've suffered with these past several weeks, our mentality that we've built up so much this season has been drained as well. And that's all I'm seeing right now. We are not playing with any sort of flair, any sort of skill, tempo, anything along those lines. We're just not playing with it right now. There's nothing there for us to be happy about. There's no real response to any of the bad things that have happened to us these past several weeks, any of the bad results that we've suffered with these past several weeks. There's been no response to that. There's been no response to Atalanta absolutely smashing us at home. There's been no response to the Manchester United draws, whether it be in the FA Cup or the Premier League. There's been no response to the Crystal Palace defeat. We got a minor win over Fulham, which wasn't great, which wasn't exciting. It was just, we got the job done on the day. Otherwise, that's it. That is it. We've had nothing for the past several weeks, and here we go again, another result which is nothing. It's just something to add to what is now a nothing end to the campaign. It's that bad. It's that boring, it's that bad. And look, I'll keep saying this till I'm blue in the face. We were never expected to be in a Premier League title race this season. We were never expected to be in a Premier League title race this season. I can 100% understand that. So by that logic, we've achieved what we were supposed to set out to achieve. Given the context of what happened last season in terms of obviously that huge drop-off that we suffered, given the context of this season, which we were looking to get back into the Champions League and build again from that point forward, we've achieved what we were set out to achieve this season. The only way that this feels like a defeat is because we were anticipating so much going into the final several games of the season that to lose it all within the blink of an eye and for our squad to look as blown up as it does, it's frustrating, it's annoying, it's draining. It's literally draining on the end of the season. And look, I'll say it again. I think most of it is down to our squad being overstretched this season. I think we're out of energy. We're out of ideas going forward. Our front line is appalling right now. It is in the worst form our attacking lineup has been since we had the likes of Barini, Balotelli and Ricky Lambert going up front for us. That is honestly the worst. This is the worst I've seen us in a very long time going forward. Our defence is shocking, whether it be from a set piece or from open play. Any kind of attack just looks like it's going to threaten us. I mean, Jared Bowen scores the opening goal today from a header. You know, Jared Bowen, guy who makes Warwick Davis look tall. You're not exactly the tallest. We've got Virgil van Dijk, we've got Kwanzaa, we've got like Cody Gakpo and a lot of other maybe tall players that are surrounding him. And the way that obviously our defence is set up from set pieces, again, a lot of players surrounding him, and yet it's little Jared Bowen who gets a header in to steer it past Alisson into the back of the net to open up the scoring. Our defence, I don't know what attack. It's not just our attack, it's our defence as well. Our defence looks terrified of their own shadow. Our midfield are not there like they were early on in the campaign. And our attack, the least said about our attack, the better. Cody Gakpo and Luis Diaz have been, for me, our bright sparks these past few weeks. They're at least trying. But there's only so far trying will get you. There's only so far those kinds of players will get you. And for me, they tried, but ultimately it's not enough. Ultimately it's not enough. And that's why I question whether or not those two in particular, along with Darwin Núñez as well, and the injury issues of Diogo Jota, are maybe worth all just cashing in on this summer and just going completely for a new attack. A bit like we did last summer with the midfield. Maybe that's what we need to do again, because even Mohamed Salah, who, oh my God, like that guy stinking up the place ever since he came back from injury. And he's not the only one, like I say, there are others as well. But our attack is just not clicking. It's not firing anymore. It's not there. It's just not there. And there are moments where there are maybe moments. And there are moments where it's like, okay, keep that momentum going. And they don't. Luis Diaz in that first half hit the post. Mere couple of minutes later, we're picking a ball out the back of our own net because Jared Bowen's just headed it in. That's the things I'm talking about. It's the clinical edge. It's the difference making. It's the decisive factors in the key areas. And that is just what we don't have right now, particularly in our attack. And I don't know why our attack has fallen off so much. I don't know why it has fallen off so much, but it just has. And it's sad to see. It's really sad to see. But that's what we had to deal with. Look, do I think we've overstretched our squad considering the injury issues that we suffered with earlier on in the season? Yes, I do. Do I feel like we've been given a few bad hands in terms of a few duff cards in terms of the hands that we've drawn earlier on in the campaign in regards to like injuries and things? Yeah, Because I can guarantee you that if we had Diogo Jota for the past couple of months, maybe some of those games that we dropped points in, maybe we would have actually won a few more. Because Jota is just that much of a difference maker and is that clinical in front of goal that maybe we would have done. You know, maybe Joel Matip's injury could have been a difference maker. Maybe, you know, I know that Kelleher was brilliant, but maybe even Alisson staying in goal may have been a bit more stronger. And of course, Trent Alexander-Arnold may have been a difference maker as well in some of them games. I can blame injuries, I can blame referee decisions. Those are factors, but they're minor factors. Overall, I have to look at the entirety of this team and say, you know what? The attack that I thought was our strongest point is just not good enough. Our defence has been shot to pieces. And I think that when we get the new manager in, which looks like it's going to be Arne Slot, and again, I hold my hands up. I'm not exactly a massive fan of this. I'm not exactly entirely enthusiastic by the managerial appointment, but I have to get on board with it because I've got no reason otherwise to not be as of right now. He has to look at it and go, right, what can I work with? What can't I work with? And for me, it's got to be looking at the defence, looking at the midfield, and looking at a new DM as well. Like, Endo, I've been horribly wrong about Endo this season, and now hand on heart, I hold my hands up and say, like, I got it wrong on Endo. He's been actually much better than what I thought he was. But he's not a long-term solution, and I think teams are starting to find him out as well. So I think there are a lot of areas that the new manager needs to look at. There are a lot of areas that the new manager will need to strengthen and look at. But the way I'm looking at this now, the last few games of the season, look, put Jayden Danns in, put some of the kids in. Especially when it comes to the attack, because the attack can't get any worse. The attack cannot get any worse. So put your Jayden Danns in, put Kumas back in, put whoever, Cade Gordon, whoever. Put whoever you want in that attack because it can't get any worse than what it is right now. It's looking so disjointed and looking so frustrated with everything. It cannot get any worse than what we're seeing right now, surely. It's just that bad. And, you know, defensively, we're still poor. Midfield-wise, we've blown up. We've been plugging our injuries this season bit by bit, game by game, and, you know, we've been trying to just plug them up as we go along, and eventually everything's just blown up around us. So it's understandable as to why things have ended the way that they have done. We've completely capitulated in the way that we have done, but we should secure top four from here. We should get over the line in terms of top four, and not only that as well, but that's pretty much what we set out to achieve before a ball was even kicked this season, and we've managed to achieve that. So we've at least got Champions League football for next season. We're where we expected to be, but given the context of the season, we know that there could have been more. And now we have to wait and see what this new manager brings. And I say there will be definitely more on that from me when, of course, the news is confirmed, done and dusted. Just on the Jurgen Klopp, Mohamed Salah bust-up, I'm hoping it was nothing more than a flare of the moment type of thing, and that's what has come about of it, whether there was just a disagreement, a miscommunication, whatever the case may be. I'm hoping that is all there is to it. It would be horrible if this is the way that Jurgen Klopp is going to leave everything, with a toxic dressing room and obviously a bit of a toxic relationship between him and obviously a talismanic player in Salah. But the fact remains that the reason why Salah's not been getting enough game time is, I don't know whether he's still injured. I don't know whether he was rushed back from injury too soon. But the way that obviously he's not been playing well recently, he doesn't deserve to be on the pitch. Like, I'll say it. Like, I don't care if he's our top earner. I don't care if he's been so consistent for the past several years. For the past several games, the guy has not been good in the slightest. And he deserves to be dropped for it. If that's basically what he's moaning about because of playing time and everything, get better, suck it up. suck it up and just go out there and prove him wrong. Don't moan about it. Don't whinge about it. Do your job. Because no one else in that team is. So you might as well step up and be the leader and be the world-class player that everybody puts you in this bracket in, including myself, of course. Including myself. It's just got to be that way. And yes, it is frustrating, and yes, it is annoying. But at the same time, you've not been playing well for the past several games. Now, whether it's down to injury or not, and whether you've been rushed back too soon, and whether or not, because you have been playing a lot of games these past several years, so I do understand that. And of course, AFCON interrupted your momentum, because before AFCON, you were incredible, and everything you touched turned to gold. But all of a sudden, since you've come back, and obviously since you've had that injury, you've looked sluggish, you've looked slower, you've looked completely off the pace. Have we brought you back too soon from injury? And is that why you've not been playing, Paul? Or is that just something in you? Is that a mental block within you? Is that something to do with you? Because I said earlier about Núñez, about Gakpo, about Diaz, about Jota, all being on the chopping block this summer. I'm not completely against them putting on Salah on the chopping block. And that may be completely ruthless. That may be completely reactionary. But at the same time, I'm looking at it and going, a complete revamp in that attack might not be a bad thing. We did it with our midfield last summer. We may need to do it again with a different position and a different area altogether for this summer. I love Mohamed Salah. I can't thank him enough for what he's managed to achieve and do for Liverpool Football Club these past several years. But let's face it, A, he's not getting any younger. And B, Liverpool Football Club is and always will be bigger than any player. Any player that steps foot into Anfield. So, I'm just throwing it out there as I wouldn't be completely against selling Mohamed Salah this summer. I wouldn't like to, and I would hope that Arne Slot can maybe come in and work with him and obviously make him to the consistent level that he has been these past several years. Still be a key player, still be that top guy. I'd love it. But at the same time, if Saudi come in, if anyone comes in with a big enough bid, if the money's there, I'd take it. I'd take it right now, because right now he's not at that level. And the worry is, from a guy like him in his current position, current age and everything else, he may not... There's always the worry that he won't reach that level again. He won't regain that level. He won't get back up to where he has been for the past several years consistently. So I'm just saying, I'm a bit worried. He spoke after the game and said, if I speak, there will be fire. Is there more than meets the eye on that? I'm hoping it's, again, just him throwing his toys at the pram, having a bit of a whinge and a bit of a moan about playing time and things of that nature. Jurgen Klopp said he spoke with him in the, behind the scenes in the dressing room and just said it remains there as far as he's concerned. He's done with it. I don't know if we'll get any more fallout to that or anything else, but it could be interesting to see if anything is going to happen with that. Of course, Sky and whoever else picks on it, I'm sure we'll have a field day in constantly reminding us about the spat that those two have had. Because, you know, they love drama. They love drama. And we know that we love drama. If you've been following me, you'll know why mainstream media and networks like that love that kind of drama. So I wouldn't be surprised if they absolutely document the hell out of it and try and obviously get some lip readers in and try and obviously decipher what was said and what wasn't said between the pair. But yeah, there you have it. That's just my opinion on that. I'm just hoping it's something that was said in the heat of the moment and then they'll just brush it under the carpet and move on. But obviously, we don't really know for sure as of right now. Like I say, absolute madness. End the season now. Just end the season now. We've got 3 games left. Tottenham, Aston Villa, Wolves. They're not the easiest of games. They're not the best of games. But yeah, let's just get through them, shall we? Like I say, you threw the kids in earlier on in the season in an important time for Liverpool season. Why not just do it again? why not just do it again? You've got nothing more to lose. Top 4 is pretty much secure. Champions League football for next season secure. Just go out and enjoy the last few games of your management at Liverpool. Just do it, because right now it's not fun. Right now it's not fun. Go out there and play how you did when you first started. Play that heavy metal random style of football in which we're winning games 4-3, 5-4, 6-5, whatever the case may be. Like, that's my plea to Jurgen Klopp at the end of all this. Go out and have a bit of fun. Play some of the kids. It can't get any worse than what it is looking right now. We are so lethargic and so boring to watch in that right now. It's draining. The players are drained from their energy, and the fans at home are sat there and in the stadium are just drained from watching it over the course of 90 minutes. So just go out there, have some fun. Just play the kids. You did it in an important part of the season earlier. Why not now? Why not now? The title race is done. We're only finishing the season with a Carabao Cup, which may seem a bit spoiled, but hey-oh, that's just what it is. Just go out there and have some fun. Please. Please do that. Anyway, those are your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. This guy, I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of Liverpool's 2-2 draw with West Ham today? Let me know in the comment section below what you thought. Your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure it'll make for great and interesting reading down below, so please do get involved down there. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way up. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new or want to see more content like this. Both things are always and forever greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another not so instant match reaction to Liverpool's 2-2 draw with West Ham today. I love you all very much. I'll speak to you all again very, very soon. Thanks everyone for watching. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your night. Speak to you all again very, very soon.